Bobby Maximus here. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why you should be spending more time in an ice bath, why you should be utilizing the cold plunge for clarity, for energy, and recovery. Now, first things first, I just got my brand new cold plunge from Inergize. Check this thing out. Now, absolutely love how this thing came. It came in these two boxes, super easy, delivered to my front porch. I was able to pick them up and carry them inside all by myself. And it's an inflatable unit, and don't let that scare you. This thing is super heavy duty. You can see it right here. Now, I've obviously got it all set up. You don't want to see me blow it up and do all that kind of stuff. But trust me when I tell you, it was a super easy process. This took me about 30 minutes to get up and running, which is nothing at all. So here's the ice tub. It's inflatable. This thing is really, really sturdy. One of the best experiences I've had unboxing with any product. It came with the pump, it comes with the repair kit in case something happened. It comes with extra parts, everything's labeled, and they had an incredible assembly video on the website that I can watch. The video itself is like 6 minutes long, but super helpful. I'm not thumbing through instructions and all that kind of nonsense. I was able to just watch the video and get this up and running. So first things first with this thing, the delivery experience, I mean, honestly, incredible. I've seen some of these tubs and they weigh hundreds of pounds. They're big, they're obnoxiously heavy, and you need the whole neighborhood, right? This is my garage, this is in my house. You need the whole neighborhood to set these things up. I mean, my 16-year-old could have done this by himself. We are set. Another feature, and as a dad, I absolutely love this. A little combination lock. I worry sometimes with having a bottle of water in the house, right? But I can lock these things down so the kids can't have access. So far, we are batting 10 for 10 on this thing. How it came, how it got delivered, and honestly, the price point, more on that later, but you can get these things for under $4,000, and for that price point, it's absolutely incredible. Another thing that I noticed that I haven't been able to take advantage of yet, but I do see is we got a washable filter. And I think a washable filter is super important because this stuff can get expensive. Like if you're constantly buying filters, that's more money out of your pocket. Nice washable filter, beautiful piece of machinery, super easy to use, super easy to turn on. You can see the display here. Right now it is set to 41 degrees. It's sitting at about 42.7. So this thing is, we are running on all cylinders. Now, earlier in the video, I mentioned energy, clarity, recovery. Why do you need an ice bath in the first place? Here's the deal. I'm 46 years old. You look around here, you got all this fighting stuff. I got a lot of miles on my body. I fought in the UFC. I fought in UFC 58. I fought in UFC 62. I fought in Ultimate Fight Night 5. I was second in the world for amateur kickboxing, and you can see all these medals here. I won a bunch of world Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Masters titles. I get sore. I get aches and pains. My back, my knees. I'm like that Kia song, my neck, my back, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I get sore. The ice bath, I'll put that in the recovery category, right? It helps with recovery. This helps me deal with aches and pains on a day-to-day basis. You know, I travel a lot for work. I write for Men's Health. I do all kinds of public appearances. And my number one complaint when I go away is that I don't have access to an ice bath. I actually feel it. Like this is the thing that I miss most. So for recovery, it helps me, it helps keep me pain-free. This thing is my go-to. Now we talked about energy, right? This thing will help energize you. And one of the ways it helps energize you, and by the way, this isn't scripted, this isn't rehearsed, this is just like two people talking to each other about why I love the ice bath. This thing will help with your testosterone. I have never used a PED, I've never used TRT, I have all the blood tests to prove it, right? But my testosterone is naturally 951. Why is it 951? I mean, on some days, maybe it's 900. On some days, it might be as high as 1,000. I don't know. But one of the reasons it's so high is because of the ice bath. It will influence your body to create more luteinizing hormone, which will influence your body to create more testosterone, more ice baths, more testosterone. This is one of the number one things I use to keep my testosterone high. And what does high testosterone mean? Less body fat, more energy, more muscle. You name me a 40-year-old on the planet of Earth. I mean, hell, in the solar system, the galaxy, that doesn't want more testosterone, that doesn't want more fat loss, that doesn't want more muscle, that doesn't want more energy. And the third area this helps me is clarity. You ever have those days where at 3 p.m. you are just dragging? Like you need a nap, you can't think, you can't function. That's not an option in my world. I have to train, I have to write, I have to create. Sometimes when I feel that way, I dunk myself in the ice bath. I have that massive dopamine release, and it's like a supercharger. I don't got to drown myself in caffeine. I don't got to go for 5-hour energy. 90-second dunk in the ice bath is all I need. Now for my protocols, because we have to talk about that. A couple different ways I do this. First of all, I start my day off with 90 seconds to 2 minutes in this thing. That's the one in the morning I use for that wake up, and I use to increase my testosterone. That is my daily multivitamin, if you will. That happens every single day in my world. 90 seconds to 2 minutes. Now, why 90 seconds to 2 minutes? 2 minutes is probably better, but sometimes, honestly, you get out of your bed, cuddling with your insanely sexy wife, and it's warm, and then you got to go dunk in an ice bath. It ain't easy. So sometimes it's only 90 seconds, but that's that. Now, that's protocol number one. That is for the testosterone. That is for the energy. For the clarity in the afternoon, we're looking at the same thing, 90 seconds to 2 minutes in the afternoon. A lot easier to go in the afternoon, by the way, and that's the thing that jolts me awake. Another protocol I use is 5 minutes. I use that for aches and pains. I will sit in this thing for 5 minutes after a really hard workout, especially if that workout was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or kickboxing or MMA, where I'm sore and I need to supercharge my recovery. Now come closer, I want to tell you a secret. I know there's these science guys out there that are going to tell you that having an ice bath after your workout is going to limit your body's ability to put on muscle and inhibit your hypertrophy. I am 6'3", 235 pounds and shredded. I can bench press 225 for 36 reps. That's all drug-free. I have ice bathed after every single workout I've had for 30 years. This thing ain't making me skinny. And the question is, if that's true, and I call this stuff microscience, but if that's true, that having an ice bath after the workout's going to make you skinny, what about all these rugby monsters? They're like 110 kilos, 115 kilos having ice baths after the workouts. What about guys in the NFL? Like, these guys aren't walking around skinny. People out here believing that, like, if you have an ice bath after a workout, you're going to blow away if the wind picks up. We all know that's BS. Trust me. The benefits you'll get from recovery will outweigh anything you've heard that's a potential negative. And why do people got to tell you potential negatives? Because this is hard. It's not easy. I just mentioned getting out of a warm bed to dunk yourself in a bath. That is not easy, all right? So people try to make it sound harder than it is so that they don't have to do it. But and the final protocol is one that you can use to burn fat. Cold plunging will wake up brown fat, which will burn glucose and fat to help keep you warm. You will burn calories by being in this thing and then trying to stay warm after. It will give you improved insulin sensitivity, and it will also, in a way, increase your metabolism. You know what burns more calories than anything? Shivering. You get in the ice bath and you get out, the amount of work it takes for your body to warm up, you will burn calories without being on a treadmill, without being on a bike. So this thing will help keep you leaner. There's actually a fat loss protocol you could do with this. 90 seconds in the ice tub, 5 minutes outside of the bath. 90 seconds in the ice tub, 5 minutes out of the bath. It's brutal, but the shivering will help you burn a ton of calories. If you ever watch that show Naked and Afraid, that's one of the reasons people like bow out of that, because of the cold, because of the shivering. So all in all, this thing has a multitude of benefits, but it's become my number one recovery tool. Now, here's the other thing. One more thing to talk to you about: the price. You can get these things for $4,000 or under. And that might seem like a lot of money. A lot of people, when they see that it has sticker shock. But here's the deal. You have one body. You'll spend money on a car, you'll spend it on a watch, you'll spend it on a purse, you'll spend it on shoes, you'll spend it on a vacation, you'll spend it on FanDuel and a parlay trying to make money off some professional athlete. You can spend money on your body, trust me on that. But think about all the benefits you're getting. Testosterone. What's testosterone cost? I don't even know. $100 a month, $200 a month. What does your 5-hour energy cost? What does your coffee cost in the afternoon because you are broken down, because you are tired? You pay $4,000 for this thing. You have it for 3 years. So we're going to divide this by how many days in a year? 365. Let's see what we could do here. Do some simple math. Math with Bobby Maximus, Musclehead, all right? 365 days in a year times 3 years. That's 1,095 days. I mean, you're looking at like $4 a day, right? $4 a day. You have this thing for 3 years. That is more than worth it. More convenient than getting ice from the grocery store. More convenient than trying to do it yourself. And it is proven to be effective. So do me a favor. Get yourself an ice bath. Get one from Inergize. Incredible company. Incredible people behind it. Incredible quality. I am super happy with this thing. And there's only one thing left to do, and that's dunk in the ice bath. Let's see how I do. Dramatics, no nonsense. I can't stand that stuff. People put hats on the internet. I'm just looking forward to getting in this thing and recharging and going about my day. Here we go. Oh, that is cold. Ooh, it's cold. Feels good though. Nice little wake up, deep, neck level. I'm a happy guy.